Hello. Perfect Circuit asked me what my gear of the year was, and when I thought about what I'd played with and really enjoyed, I picked out the Intellijel Cascadia. It's a synthesizer that I've had a lot of fun with, I've got lots of great sounds from, and I coupled that with the Rex Replicator Junior cassette delay pedal, a pedal that I love for its character, saturation and warbly tape goodness. This video's not sponsored in any way. Hello to Daniel at Intellijel if you're watching. I didn't mention that I was doing this. It's just a piece of gear that I really enjoy, and that's led to some music making, which you can see over here and linked down below. There's some music and longer extended performances that you can check out. But in this video I want to break down the patching, or the routing and performative controls on Cascadia and the Rex Replicator Junior. So let's just get into it. The simplest voice here, a kind of bass drone, is VCO B, triangle wave, across to the VCA here, VCA B, and there's a filter in here that kind of couples up as a pseudo low pass gate. I'm using an envelope. In the mix verter here, it's envelope A, and I'm mixing that with some sample and hold that's been slewed. So as I bring this level up, if I remove this envelope, that's just sample and hold controlling the filtering in the VCA there, again like a pseudo low pass gate. Envelope by itself. And in terms of kind of performing with this layer in the patch, there's not a lot to kind of perform with, but the level, of course bringing the volume in and out, controlling the amount of modulation here, from that sample and hold, blending with the envelope, controlling tone and level, and removing that at points, and just biasing open for a nice big rich triangle bass sound. I'm also playing with the octave control in that patch. So nice simple one there. The second patch is more complex, or the second voice rather is more complex. I should say the first patch was all purple cables, this one is all red cables. And as I bring up the level of VCOA, the first thing to notice is this attenuverting control on VCA-A, and that's normaled to envelope A, which means when this bass sound plays, notice it kind of ducks out of the way. And that's kind of a nice performance feature, playing with this interaction between the two voices. If I remove that inverted envelope modulation, that will just continue to play. Now this layer is VCO-A, a more comprehensive VCO than B here. I'm using a blend of square wave with some PWM from LFO1, saw wave, sub and some noise. This first goes through the filter, and let's turn down the folding here and listen to what the filter's doing. Have a gate playing in time with my 7-step pitch sequence that's coming in to its pitch here on the oscillator to FM1. It's just like a clocked envelope, very basic modulation. Have a slower LFO on FM3. Just giving this ebb and flow against the envelope. And I've also got sample and hold. So three-way modulation of a filter, which is one of my favourite things to do in Eurorakas, is envelope, some stepped modulation from the sample and hold section, and the LFO. And it leads to a really dynamic filtered tone. Now I'm inverting this sample and hold, which when this is playing on its own doesn't make much difference. It's just stepped random moving around, opening and closing the filter. But where it does make a lot of difference is with the folder. As I bring the folder in, let's just remove the filter for now. I'm modulating the fold level with the sample and hold as well. This is positive modulation of the wave folding and negative modulation of the filtering on that sample and hold. So as these both play together, if I make these more extreme, notice they're kind of interweaving with each other, almost like a seesaw of modulation. The filter is duller when the folder is more folded and brighter and louder, and vice versa. So as these play off of each other, and this lovely kind of multi-timbral layered sound. I'm using the summer here in this utility belt to sum this voice and this one. I'm also using envelopes to modulate the fall time on this envelope. Again, just aiming to make this modulation that bit more dynamic. These two come into my effect here. So patching my summed mix of the two voices out to the effects, sending to the pedal, back in here, and sending that to the output section that's been recorded. We'll come to the effects in a moment, and just to let you hear on this 7-step voice, the through zero modulation from VCO B into VCO A. And on this top layer, I'm playing with things like the octave of VCO B as well, if it's coming through to through zero modulate. All have a nice effect and they're fun to perform with. Filtering, amount of ducking, and manual level. They're all nice things to play with and perform with. So I'm getting carried away myself again. Let's take a look at the replicator, the effects, and the sequencing, and that's effectively everything going on Cascadia. So this is the Rex Replicator Junior. Here it is fully wet over this Cascadia patch. There's a kill dry on the back, which is handy. And it's just a wobbly cassette delay. And because you can release the tape transport, something I really enjoy doing. Let's just open this up so you can see. You can remove the transport mechanism here from touching the tape. It's on these springs. You can actually interject these glitches onto the tape, which is always good fun. Now, as I said, this is a cassette. It comes with a spare cassette. Literal cassette tape delay. Lovely thing, warbly, lo-fi. Good bit of fun. I love a tape delay. Go fully wet on Cascadia. Cut the input to the delay. And one interesting thing is there's a tap tempo. If I bring this blend over on Cascadia, because this is fully wet with the dry killed on the back to more like 50-50, I'll tap in different delay times. A tape delay with tap tempo. Yeah, I really love this thing. So here's the Eloquencer from Modular, and that top part is a 7-step pattern that is playing on this voice. The second pattern is 16 steps. And I just wanted these 2 notes to play, but there's random probability variations within the scale that the quantizer's set to. So we have a 7 against 16 bit of sequencing going on. So that's the whole patch on Cascadia. I hope that's given you some ideas for Cascadia, for your other synths, maybe some musical approaches to what you control and perform as these patterns play around in your music. Thanks for watching. You can get more over on patreon.com/DivKid. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.